Hey, how's it going? I'm Zero.
I'm DK.
And I'm Rizzo, and today on Anime Reaction, we watched the 9th episode of Mahou Shoujo Ikusei Keikaku. If you want to check out our reaction to the 9th episode of Mahou Shoujo Ikusei Keikaku, hit that link in the description below.
And be sure to give us feedback in the comment section because we love hearing from you.
And as always, if you like what you see, subscribe to Otaku Saga. And don't forget to like and share our videos. And thanks for watching.
Am I being too cheery for you?
Mm-hmm.
Trigger warning. And how.
It's a triple header.
Oh, God. A veritable triple play of awfulness. It just, goddamn. Yeah.
So we continue from last time with Calamity Mary appropriately causing calamity.
Exactly what it says on the tin.
From the top of her Love Hotel sniper nest.
Yeah, she found the rampage point.
Indeed.
And boy, did she go on one.
But so Ripple confronts her. They have a short battle.
Very well, yeah.
Very awesome.
Rather short.
Well,
short
no,
awesome.
the battle between the two of them was rather short.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we get Snow White and Hardcore Alice showing up and starting to help people, and we also get Ripple going and helping one woman at least. Basically, a woman and her baby.
Top speed.
Top speed.
Yeah.
Sorry, Top Speed. They're always together, but I won't get them mixed up anymore. Top Speed, yeah. Basically, a woman and her baby were caught up in the explosions. The baby's not doing so well, so Top Speed rushes her to the hospital, which I'm sure flying at the speed of sound is going to be totally healthy for the child.
Right.
And
It kind of it's that kind of heavy-handed foreshadowing into why Top Speed's like 6 months. I gotta live 6 months.
I knew it was coming. I fucking knew it.
Yeah, it really was no surprise that it was coming, but
it still hurts.
I did like the way that Top Speed and Ripple ended up overpowering Calamity Mary by basically collecting all the broken glass and then flying above her and having Ripple throw the glass so that all the shards of glass were directed towards Calamity Mary.
Also, before we get a little ahead of this, I gotta say, the Top Speed's broom's final form, the Rapid Swallow.
is that it? Is that the final form?
Wait, it's final for her. We ain't gonna find out anymore, are we? I'm pretty sure it is because, because it showed her kind of like speed up before, but this one you get a full-on transformation sequence, and that thing was badass.
Yeah,
Totally badass.
So it has the front windscreen, the whole cowling of a crotch rocket.
I dare say her old bike from her biker days.
Probably. And then on the back end, the
Rapid Swallow, and her last name is actually Tsubame, which makes sense. It's swallow in Japanese.
Cool.
Well, there you go. Trivia.
But yeah, the bristles of her broom open up to reveal a jet engine.
Big tech kicked in, yo.
Indeed.
But yeah, so they fly overhead and use the glass trick, and then right after using the glass trick, Ripple throws 3 throwing stars, and one of them nails Calamity Mary
Right in the face.
right here.
Right between the eyes.
So satisfying.
She totally deserved it.
Yes, she did. Well, she deserved worse, honestly. But
That was the good death.
yeah, that means you knew a bad death was coming.
Yeah. So apparently, Top Speed and Ripple never heard of the idea not to celebrate over the corpse of your enemy.
The Japanese have a proverb: after victory, tighten your helmet strap. Yeah. Top Speed kind of ignored that parable, I'm sure. So
they both kind of did. You're getting one of those like cute soon moments from Ripple.
Yeah.
And then it's broken because, well, Swim showed up.
Not that they heard it coming.
Nope.
Until after the spear hit Top Speed. High five! Sorry, Top Speed. Too slow.
Damn.
I almost wish that Swim would have said that, but it's totally against her character.
But we actually got to see Swim's ability in effect, like the actual effect that she has.
Yeah, and at first I thought it was. I thought she could go through any substance. Kind of like a character in an anime called Nanana's Adventure, I believe?
Nanana's Buried Treasure.
Buried Treasure. Man, it's been a while. Forgot. But he had, the antagonist of that series had boots that allowed him to pretty much swim through walls and all that stuff into shadows.
Was the ability there.
Alright, so you enter a shadow dimension. It's kind of like water. You hold your breath, you swim, you come out of it. I thought it was exactly that. No.
She can turn her body... She can phase anything through her body as if it was water.
Be water, my friend.
Indeed.
But yeah, we get a little short fight between Ripple and Swim, and Swim takes off. And we get to learn the horrible truth that we were right from last episode.
I am actually... It seems odd for me to say this, but because we've nailed it like 3 episodes back, I'm actually glad that we got a little behind on that.
Oh.
Because I hope that didn't spoil anything for our viewers. We've
Oh yeah, we made the prediction.
We've made the prediction almost 3 episodes ago.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
And as of us recording, 3 episodes ago, it hasn't come out yet. But we've been caught up on watching it the entire time. So
I think it's safe to say that a spoiler warning should go on just about every Otaku Saga video.
that is true.
So yeah, I've said it once, I've said it again. So spoiler alert.
Well, I mean, we are discussing the episode that we just watched, so if you haven't watched it,
there you
you're
go.
pretty dumb to watch this.
Yeah.
Right?
If you were not looking for spoilers. But, yeah, actually, I'm surprised at how spot on we've been with this series. Because we've made some wild guesses, but we've also made a bunch that turned out to be true.
Yeah.
Well, actually, predicting that Top Speed was pregnant was a retracted guess, because at first we thought it was like a terminal illness. I think that was the consensus here.
Yeah.
But then we realized, oh shit, she has a good home life. Oh,
yeah.
6 months. Oh, very specific time period. Yeah.
It became painfully obvious in the previous episode. So.
But
even still,
she looked kind of far along to be 6 months out.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
But I don't know. I guess I assume that's just the animators trying to hammer it home.
Well, a few weeks have passed. Maybe a time skip or something. I don't know. Yeah.
What's up?
I was counting my my original list because I have all those still starred.
Oh,
And
the ones that you thought were gonna live.
Yep.
Well,
I was wrong. Well,
You-
to
you
this
still-
point, it's still a 50-50.
Yeah, it is. It's,
Because let's see, Winter Prison's dead.
right.
Lapucella's dead. Ruler's dead.
Lapicella was probably the longest shot to die early on.
Nana's dead, and Top Speed's dead. But Swim, Ripple, Snow White, and Tama are still alive. Those are the ones that were on my original list.
Oh.
So,
I don't think I didn't make any such predictions, but
no,
not
I
bad.
didn't either.
shame on you.
Anyway, so then we get a bit with Snow White and Hardcore Alice, where basically they're going around helping people, and then Mina from the Peaky Angels, I guess the Peaky Angel,
Yeah. Singular,
the
yes.
singular Peaky Angel,
Especially after that awesome death at the hands of Winter Prison.
but she shows up and she pretends to. I mean, she doesn't even really pretend to like be on their side or whatever. She just
sit there and smiles.
Sit there and smile, and of course, Snow White takes.
Dumbass Snow White. Oh, she deserves to die so bad.
She would have, not for Hardcore Alice pushing her out of the way of that axe.
That axe, though.
That axe, though.
Bink.
Oh, right between the eyes.
Just. Yeah, I was hoping for another gruesome, smash her head in death.
Yeah.
But.
I actually find it interesting that Mina can not only change into the weapon, but also basically throw herself. Yes, she probably accelerated towards her before she changed into the weapon.
Probably started flying toward her and then transformed.
It's interesting that she has that degree of accuracy doing it.
That's pretty cool.
And then Snow White hears the thoughts of Tama, which reveals where Tama is, because Tama was wearing the invisibility cloak. And so Mina takes the invisibility cloak to hide from Hardcore Alice. So Hardcore Alice was going to go hardcore on her ass with a muffler.
Full-on exhaust.
Yeah, full-on exhaust system. And then Tama digs underneath the ground to get away.
Because scaredy cat or dog.
Scaredy dog.
Scaredy dog.
And it shows Hardcore Alice picking up her stuffed animal, and then it shows the invisibility cloak, I guess, uninvisibility over the actual stuffed animal. So there's two theories that I have on that.
Right.
Either the stuffed animal is Hardcore Alice's weakness, or she stayed as the stuffed animal until Hardcore Alice went home so that she could find out where she lived so that they could go kill her when she wasn't transformed. Those are my two theories on that.
She also could be laying in wait for Hardcore Alice. Well, actually, no. She did come back to the temple.
Yeah, she came back to to their hideout.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that has to be it. They want to plan a full-on assault on her.
Yeah.
Well, she's not transformed, so yeah, smart.
And if that happens, then that would be pretty bad.
Yeah, because Snow White will have no one on her side.
Right.
Maybe Ripple, but that's a long shot. Especially with Top Speed's death, I think she's gonna go rogue.
But
do her own thing.
No, I would find it absolutely hilarious if Swim Swim tries to go after Cranberry. That would be hilarious.
Please do. Please.
Oh, please, try it. Of course, if she does that, probably... I'm not sure if she would die because her powers are pretty awesome, but probably the other two would die.
Yeah.
Because they can't get away.
Or Tom will run away and leave the other angel to die. Remember her name? Mina.
But yeah, it's pretty interesting. So, next week.
Oh yeah, and then Fob says, we've cut it down to below 8, which is good. But since we gave you all those items, we're low on magical power, so we're going to have to cut it down to 4.
Tee-hee.
3 more of you have to die.
Oh my god.
So
you knew a plot twist was coming. It was in the episode title.
Yep, so all we got left is Mina, Hardcore Alice, Snow White, Tama, Cranberry, Swim, and Ripple.
Oh yeah. Okay. Predictions.
Oh yeah. Also, Nana hung herself. I was actually a little surprised that they went with that route. I thought that she'd overdose on those pills.
I guess she tried, but she was just sitting there catatonic when the pills failed.
Yeah.
So I guess she wanted the more efficient solution.
Yeah, the animation on that was a little bit real. She hung herself and soiled herself.
Soiled herself, yeah.
I guess really need to show that.
Again, it was a very, very real death, and that's what made it horrifying, I think.
Yeah, actually, like the 2 deaths that kind of I guess, more or less hit me the most would be hers and Nimrine's, because they're the realest.
Yeah.
All the other characters, they've either been like chopped in half, stabbed.
So basically, the characters who don't die in combat,
Pretty much,
are they're the scariest deaths of all. That's interesting.
Yeah, the only one that really, the only other one that I think is really impactful is probably Top Speed, because that is kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
It definitely hurt to watch. Even though we saw it coming, it still hurt. I mean, shit. But next week, we're going forward. Who's the next to die?
Well, I gotta see what Mina's 100% foolproof plan is.
You're probably right, and it's probably finding Alice's home.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. It's either that the stuffed animal is her weakness, or...
There's some caveat there.
Yeah. I think it might be likely that one of Swim's group dies. Probably Mina.
I would say Mina, if that's the case.
Just because I kind of have a feeling that if Alice doesn't die, if they go after her, they're going to try to kill her, and then whatever's left of her is going to kill one of them before they realize what's going on.
Or it's an exchange. One of them dies, and then they get Alice in the end. They seem to do that a lot, actually.
Well, Peaky Angels, who cares?
Yeah, but you get like one satisfying death, someone you want to die, and then a character you don't want to die.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, yeah.
So that's why I think that next week's, it's only episode, 10?
10 next week, yeah.
So we're coming down, but there's still people left.
That is true.
And
they have
actually, we mentioned something on the in-between. What happens... Obviously, this isn't going to be enough.
You're right. Yeah, I can't imagine that this death game ends at 4.
Oh no! I mean, from the conversation with Cranberry and Fav, it's basically to find one.
Yeah, I think they're gonna try to bring it down till there's 2 left, which is gonna be Cranberry and one other person, and then they're gonna cut it, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh, only one of you can survive." That way, the person's forced into a death battle against Cranberry.
And that might be what Cranberry went through before, and that's why she's the oldest.
Before? So you're saying this happened multiple times?
Probably.
Ooh. So what if the Magic Girl Raising Project is exactly like the program in Battle Royale? It has been done multiple times, and there have been survivors who've been inducted into the program again. Very nice theory, man. And this makes for some pretty creepy fan fiction. What happened in the first Magical Girl Raising Project? Anyway, before we get too deep into that, so I guess the consensus is on Mina to get it next, or at least a member of.
I think that it's very likely that Mina or Alice.
Mina or Alice.
Yeah, I actually think that the two of them might switch,
Trade.
Check each other out.
Trade. So that would leave.
That would mean one more spot for the 4 mentioned in this episode.
Yeah.
So, okay.
And that has to be Cranberry.
Yeah. Well, obviously, Snow White is going to live for at least a while longer. She is the main character.
Yep.
Swim's too strong. I think she can live for at least one more episode.
Yeah, and then I think Ripple is... It's kind of the way that she took Top Speed's death was like inherently different than the way that, like, say, Nana took Winter Prison's death.
Yeah.
So I think that it just gave her more to fight for.
Yeah.
So instead of making her weaker like it did for Nana, it only made her stronger because she has something that she wants to fight for.
But yeah, she's out for a quest of revenge. It's going to make her at least a very big factor, at least for the next episode. But I don't know. I'm pretty sure she's not going to survive to the end.
Yeah. And actually, that's an interesting thing. So, Yuna dies, and Mina goes insane. Right?
Right.
La Pucella dies, and Snow White kind of,
Shuts off
yeah.
for a little bit.
She shut off for a little bit, but she seems back to normal, more or less. Well, she's not going to be entirely normal after this entire experience, obviously. Actually, what if there's some deep-seated trauma going on and it comes to surface later?
But Winter Prison dies, and obviously Nana
Kills herself.
Yeah.
kills herself. And then Top Speed dies, and Ripple just uses it as
She's going to get
fuel.
revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any other teams that any other team correlation that could more describe how people really deal with death? Because those emotions are extremely real when it comes to dealing with death.
So you're saying if one character dies, how is the survivor going to deal with it? And you're saying that could possibly govern who dies next? Okay.
Maybe.
Well, let's see here. Another one you didn't mention in that little list was Swim Swim, and how she tries to emulate Ruler ever since Ruler's death. It's kind of become her mission is to emulate Ruler.
Yeah.
The only two characters now I can really see with a kind of relationship with each other, and this is going to sound strange considering we were expecting one to survive all the way to the end, but Snow White and Hargor Alice. Hargor Alice is obsessed with Snow White.
If Hargor Alice dies, which, I mean, I've said that she could be one, like the next to die. If she does die, then Snow White's going to slip further into despair.
Yeah, she won't have a protector anymore, basically.
Yeah. Now, this could slip into Insanity Kill 'Em All mode,
Yeah.
which would fit with the little flash forward that we saw.
At the very beginning of
Of the series.
So, I don't know. I think that we should end this here. I think we've been talking about this long enough.
Indeed.
We do love talking about this.
Yeah.
Magic Gold
So,
9.
let us know what you thought of the anime, what you thought of our reaction in the comment section below.
Yep, thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't.
But that's going to do it for this episode of Anime Reaction. I'm DK.
You're sick.
And I'm Mazzo.
See you next time.
We are sick.
We like talking about little girls dying.
Little girls, women, whatever. They kill each other for our amusement. Fuck. Who's sicker, us or Bob? That's the end of the episode, Pun.
Go ahead, glue on my face to go to our Otaku Saga talk.
Go on my face to go to Otaku Saga Gaming, our gaming channel.
And click on the waifu to subscribe to Otaku Saga and check out our new and improved Patreon page. Pwn.
Pun.